Party and have fun.
I don't think we're done blowing shit up today.
I don't figure you are.
As crazy as things tend to get, one of the most bizarre and truly weird things to come out of the past year was a Netflix documentary named Tiger King. This featured a real-life character named Joe Exotic, one who is an eccentric cat owner, and not the kind of cats you'd normally expect. There's a lot that goes on in this story, so let's take a look at what Joe Exotic's been up to ever since he was arrested. Joe Exotic was imprisoned for 2 counts of murder for hire, 8 counts of violating the Lacey Act for falsifying wildlife records, and 9 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act. Now, that's a long list of criminal offenses. But well, to put things into context, Joe Exotic, originally named Joseph Maldonado Passage, shot to fame with the viral docuseries that documented his lifestyle and the small but deeply interconnected society of big cat conservationists such as Carol Baskin, owner of Big Cat Rescue, and collectors such as Exotic, whom Baskin accused of abusing and exploiting wild animals. So there's this weird cultish paradox that's thriving in America. And well, the main subject in this television series was, of course, Joe Exotic, a mulleted, gun-toting polygamist and country western singer who presides over an Oklahoma roadside zoo, living with his husband and his cats. There's a lot that goes on between the lines that the audience might not even know about. But well, the interesting thing about this dynamic is the cat and mouse chase. See, Carol Baskin, who claimed to be an animal rights activist and rescuer, CEO of the organization called Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. However, the narrative of the series presents that Carol Baskin is a fierce rival of the mulleted Joe Exotic. She's the one who he competes with. The two exchanged threatening videos, legal allegations, protests, and targeted harassment campaigns in which PETA and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service became involved. Exotic alleged that Baskin murdered her second husband, Don Lewis, who's been missing since August 18, 1997, and made very public death threats towards Baskin. And as a result, Joe Exotic was sentenced to 22 years of imprisonment based on the 2 counts of attempted murder for hire for a plot to kill Carol Baskin. However, after spending some time in prison, Joe Exotic has started making claims that seem rather crazy, if that's even possible seeing the trajectory of his life. First of all, he's filed an official pardon from his sentence. This was filed by his lawyers and attorneys with the U.S. Department of Justice. In it, attorneys for Maldonado Passage 57 says he maintains his innocence and that he was railroaded and betrayed by others. Joseph is scheduled to be released from Bureau of Prisons custody in 2037. However, with his compromised health, he will likely die in prison, attorneys wrote in the 250-page application. He humbly requests a pardon to correct the injustices he has experienced and to have the opportunity to return to providing meaningful contributions to his community. Coming back to the claims, Joe Exotic has been repeating the same mantra, one that's both comical but intriguing. He's been claiming that while he's in prison, he will be dead in 2 to 3 months. The details of his declining health are in a letter that he's issued to the public for his fans, supporters, and loved ones. The TMZ-acquired letter is as follows. As most people know, I was born with CVID, common variable immune deficiency, not COVID-19, and hemoglobin anemia, and required blood infusions every 4 weeks. I've not had one since the end of January. I'm losing weight, sores won't heal. I'll be dead in 2 to 3 months. It's like I've been sent to death row. They've stopped all my medications except one. This place is hell on earth, and the mental torture of being locked in this room alone and not even hearing Dillon's voice or a letter. I wish I could have just ended things when Travis died. Now, that's a rather convincing reason, even if it may just be a ploy. We say that because, well, things take another interesting turn. The letter is addressed to the former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. So he's pulled out the big guns. He's asked for a presidential pardon from his parole. The handwritten letter has made the cover of various headlines, so let's check out what it actually entails. So, first of all, he makes clear that he's an admirer of the former Republican president, calling him his hero, garnering support from the conservative public in America. In asking for clemency, he submits a handwritten letter where he invoked Mr. Trump's criticism of federal investigators. I've seen what they do to you, he wrote to the former POTUS. He also wrote that he had voted for Mr. Trump in 2016, the same year he briefly ran for president. But, well, getting to the gist of the letter and its legal intent, the Netflix star's legal argument for a pardon is basically just that he was just some gay, gun-toting redneck in Oklahoma before his recent Tiger King fame, and that he did not get a fair trial, saying he deserves one. He also says that he was wronged by people who have taken everything from him. An excerpt from the letter says, "My parents and my life and everything we ever worked for was stolen by criminals who got everything." Exotic also demands that the regular 5-year wait time for a presidential pardon be waived for his case. Because of the popularity he's gotten from the Netflix show and how he should listen to the millions who see the truth, and your own son Donald Jr. in a sweep for justice. He continues to practically plead to the former president, "Allow me to make you proud, to make America proud, to make the world proud." Oh. Because of the frenzy of the news, the former president also responded. Albeit the response isn't a very reassuring one. The former president has said that he would look into a pardon for the reality TV star, and Donald Trump Jr. claims that his father has asked him what's happening with the case. Well, good luck to them. There's even been a video of Eric Love, who's pleading the same case to the former president, this time more emotionally charged. In the video, Eric Love stands in front of a private jet emblazoned with Joe Exotic's face and banners, asking former President Trump for mercy for the star of the Tiger King documentary series. The main clause this time isn't a medical condition, but an emotional one. In the video, Love relays the information that Joe's dad has passed away and his funeral is to be held on Saturday, January 9th. In the video, Eric goes on in a tone that's somber and beseeching, with the words aimed to pull at your heartstrings. He says, "We are asking for grace and mercy right now, please, President Trump. Please sign the pardon for Joe Exotic so he can get back home to his life. He needs to attend his father's funeral. His mother passed away while he was incarcerated. We are asking you today, please put the pen to the paper. Please sign the pardon request that we've submitted to you on behalf of the Tiger King, Joe Exotic." The campaigns that have been run in an effort to get him freed have well and truly been wild. But we don't know what's true and what isn't. Going back to referring to his letter, we should also mention a few other things. And by that, we mean Joe alleging that people are making money off of his time in prison, in particular his husband, Dillon Passage. He recently got an opportunity to work with Netflix in the show Too Hot to Handle, and Joe feels betrayed to say the least. The TMZ letter mentions, "My soul is dead. I struggle every day to hold on to what little hope I can find. They keep me locked down 24/7 with no phone, email, or commissary, and you'll never understand the mental abuse this does to a person. I don't even know if I'm married anymore. It seems everyone is busy making money and being famous." Joe's just miserable, and well, that's a given since he is in prison. However, not all gloom and doom. Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, has also shared what are his plans after he's released from prison. He plans to open up a zoo in the UK and take back all his animals that, right now, Carol Baskins has custody of. He wants to house tigers, lions, jaguars, Komodo dragons, hippos, and even snow leopards. He's even talked about his vision for a water park and wants to scale it up to be the biggest attraction the UK has ever seen or witnessed. He added, "I'd like to relaunch my online presence and think my Instagram would be a great platform for a competition where people can name the zoo. The winner will never pay entry in their life." While there have been multiple campaigns being run for his release, we really don't know if any of them come to par. But, well, if you're a fan of the Tiger King, good news for you. Some sources say he's set to be released within the coming month. And that's all today, everybody. Hope this wasn't too crazy for your liking. But even if it was, let us know what you think about the situation in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.